Today I am sewing two kinds of masks, one with a filter pocket and one without. I will show you how to make adjustable ear loops as well. These masks are made from repurposed materials such as pillowcase, flat sheets, and t-shirt. I'm sure they are best fit forms for the mask. Last but not least, that only take a couple minutes to make a template for this mask, so please look on the screen. What you would need: a queen size pillowcase, the number is on the screen, pause to see the number, string, ribbon, elastic, scissors, pens, ruler, and a template. Please look on the screen for template sketching. This is adult medium size template, so if you add ½ inch around, that's for a large size. I used a small plate to draw the curve. Now we cut along the line to get the template. This is how the template look like. Make two different markings on the two top corners. This will help match up the front and back layers. To make the back body of the pocket, you can trace both sides the template on another paper. Mark on both sides 2 inches up and draw the line. Cut along the line to get the small back pocket template. This is how it looks like. And this is my new pillowcase queen size that I never used, so I iron it and inside out. So I remove all the stitches on the top seam to get more fabric. It's about almost 5 inches when I'm doing this. So I'm only taking the stitches out of the top side. Don't worry the rest. After remove the stitches, I get this long string here that I can use later for the ear loops. So I like to press it out to easy working on it. Here it look like, and the strings also I press out. Very nice, and then you can use that for one mask. So now I'm cutting out of the small back pocket. So I just use the top seam. It's already folded. It's easier to trace around the small template here, but remember with the wider side on top. Cut them out. So I can trace about 4 of them across, so that means with double side fabric I have 8 of them. Each mask only needs 1 piece. Remain double side fabric, trace the template, add 3/4 inch on the bottom and surround with 3/8 inch. Require 6/4 inch by 5 1/8 inch for the template to trace. From the side, get in 3 1/8 inch on top and bottom, and then make a central line. Leave the top 3 1/8 inch. Place the templates on center of fabric and trace around the template. Now add 3/4 inch on the bottom and surround with 3/8 inch. Pin the top and bottom the fabric. Remember to make 2 different markings on the corner, like 1 and 2. Now cut along the outside line. Pin 2 pieces like this to make one side mask. Keep the pins on instead for easy stitching. To trace on the other side, put the template underneath, same number face on top, so flip it over and trace this on right now. 2 sets of 3 like this to make a mask without pocket. So this is how I make by hand, so you can sew by hand also without sewing machine. For the filter pockets mask, we need 2 sets of that and a small piece. 1 piece cut off, make a pocket entrance, and then the back there, that's a small piece. So here that we have the pocket mask to insert the filter in. Now start sewing at the corner 1 or 2. Stitches go on or above the line. Remove the pin. Keep sewing. And then to the end there, you're gonna reverse the stitches again. There we're done. Now we're gonna start on the second ones. Make sure revert at the end and then keep going above the line. Don't tuck in too much, so then you have too tight on your face. So there we're done on my second one, and now we have the both sides of the mask. Just snip at the curve with a few snip, but don't go to the line. Use finger press or iron to open both of the ends. That's easy for sewing and is nicely. We got 2 already done. So why I'm showing this number? Because you're gonna put 2 of this on top each other, the right side out. So corner 1 to corner 1. Hold like that. Flip the first top up, fold it back. Now we got 2 back side out. For stitching, double check again the corner match, otherwise we have a crooked match. Measure 1/4 inch up on both ends for the sewing line for that end. And mark one end 1.5 inch open. Both of the back side facing out. Make sure the corner together, and we put the pin right there to secure. So do that on the other side. Same thing. Then we're ready to sewing. After a few I made, I find the paper clips. Put on that corner is secure better than the pin. Sewing follow the line but leave the end open. So I'm gonna start from right here, reverse the stitches there, and then go all the way around. We're gonna stop and reverse right before the mark open line. There we done. Trim off the thread. So there is an open here for we inside out the mask. Use something pointy, not sharp, or a chopstick to push all the corner out. Push one thumb inside and then roll to the end. Use one corner, hold it up and push it out. And now we just gentle and pull it out. It's very easy to do. So now we're gonna push all 4 corners out. Now try to close this end open flat. With your finger just run across, or use something that to press it down, or use iron it. Put the seam from inside straight out so the line is gonna be nice and flat, or use iron. It's faster always. That will look nice and maximize the width. Sew the thin line along both sides here to hold the fabric together. You can do it as the option only, but I see it's nice when the mask is not moving around, like you feel it stay in place. So revert at both ends. So now gonna do the other side. Same thing. Isn't that look nice on both ends? Now pick which side is the inside so we can sew for hold the elastic. Fold up 5/8 inch, pin it in, and sew very thin line right at the edge. Secure the corner with the needle down. Remove the pin, and now sew the very thin line. Now revert the stitches to hold it better, and then go a long line there. Remove the pin when you go. And then very end there, be careful and reverse again to hold it in place nicer. Now remove the thread. There we done. So you see the slot for elastic go through. So I'm gonna do the other side, same thing. Here both ends have done. So I'm gonna show you the adjustable ear loop at the end. Or you can go with elastic, okay? I will show you in a little bit. Now we're gonna make the mask with filter pocket. You would need one piece we cut off early like this. So that piece we go underneath. You see that underneath the mask there? So to do that, we need one piece on top to cut by the line that we marked at first with the template. Just cut off that line. Only one piece. Now roll 1/4 inch up, and then another 1/2 inch up. Pins in play on both of the ends. After we sew in to protect it from raising. We can start at the curved line first, or can sew right at the seam here. I'm starting right here. And done. Here how it look like. Don't worry if it's short because you have a small piece on the back there. Now make the top curve is even and then sew the curve line 1 to 2. So now we start from the corner 1 and revert the stitches and go along, remove the pin and then go all the way, sewing all the way to the other end and revert it. There we go. We done one piece. That's simple, very easy, hey? So I sew right on the line, but you can go above it. Now sew the second one, the same thing. That's done. So trim the threads close so you don't have to do the second time. Here, 2 of this done. So we're gonna snip off a little bit on the curve. Now flip the right side out. Now lift one piece on the side, working on this to finish the pocket. So you would need one back piece, fold it in half and sew the seam or just leave it half-inch hang over. Lift this side up. So when you see the back side, put that back with the folded side down so it's flushing with the mask. Put a few pins on the front layer only. It's only need a few stitches to hold it together. Now it's done one side and do the other side for a few stitches. So both sides are already intact. And now we have the pocket. Now they're ready to sew together. So put them both down and make sure the corner again. So this number 2 corner. So you have to line up the number 2 on top. You flip the top piece back. And then now you have 2 back side out. I'm always double check to see the number I lined up together before I can pin in both sides again. Or you paper clips and also pin on the edge. So mark 1/4 inch up on both sides for the sewing line. Here 1/4 inch from each edge. This mask is very easy. You just sew solid all around 4 sides. Don't have to leave any open. So go all around 4 sides, okay? So almost there, reverse the stitches on the last one, then we're done. Here that's how solid all 4 sides is. That's done sewing. Now you trim off the corner. Don't touch into the stitches. So you see here the pocket. Now put 2 thumbs inside. Flip that 2 corner up like that. Pull the 2 corner up. And now turn around. Now push the rest up through the slot. So here we go. You have the whole mask is inside out with easier than the first one we made. So again, try to make them nice at the corner. So use something like the small pointed tool like this to push the corner out. Make it more square look. Now you can go press it down with the iron or use the finger to flat it out. Here the mask is almost done. The pocket's right there. The mask I already ironed out. It looks nicer. If you have the iron, you can do it. If not, that's okay. So now with the option that we run thin line on the edge, each side here. So now I start to sew on the line very close to the edge. Revert it. I'm gonna finish the other side. So here both sides that I have done, measure 5/8 inch on both ends up for the ear loop. Make sure don't sew over the pocket. Pin both ends up and make a stitch very close to the edge. Make sure not go over the pocket. Hold back the pocket a little bit and secure with the needle down and then guide how it's go right on the edge, not go over the pocket. Here we done. Now finish the other end. It's easier. Revert the stitches at the both ends. Here I'm finished the mask with filter pocket. Now we need two 12-inch elastic. Is always the first option. With the safety pin, hold one end elastic. Now go through the slot, push all the way to the other side, and there we go. Now to sew the two end piece together, hold like that, put in the sewing, and then just cross back and forth on both ends. Make sure that intact. So there we're done. Now slide that attached in the center to hide it inside the mask. For the filter, you use HEPA filter special cloth or even paper towel. Fold it and put in that pocket. So fold to fit the side of the pocket there and put that inside the filter pocket. Wash thoroughly every time to wear and should to make a couple of them for take turn while the other one washing. Here both of our masks with and without filter pocket. I cut from two long sleeve shirt to make the ear loop. So I mark 1.5 inch. So cut two strip. It is soft and stretchy. Still with the seam is about 5 inches long, but remove the seam I got about 10.5 inches. So now I remove the stitches to get the long strip. Do strip 1.5 by 10.5 inches. Stretch until it's curl like this and it extended to 12.5 inches. You can use ribbon. So I cut 17 inches long, two of them. For the blue stretchy here, you roll it in between your fingers to make it small enough to fit through the sockets. Put the safety pin through one end of the strip, and now we're gonna go through the socket and pull the mask in center of the strip. Here we will cross the two ends together and make one knot using only one of the ends. Pull it tight enough on the same end, and the shorter one, that's the one we just make a knot. And the other end, make a knot, just make a stop for cannot get through the slot. Here if I pull both ends, you can see the slot and one end is just freely run through it. So that's how adjustable. You can make a double knot on the short end, the one that I'm doing right now. Double knot it, that just hold better. Now it's easy to pulling on either end in either way that you can be able to fit better. Now another option that we can use the ribbon and use the bead be a stopper. Use the safety pin, put the ribbon through the slot, and now how we gonna get the ribbon ends to the bead. Hold the both ends together and fold in half and sew the needle through both ends of the ribbon a couple times and get it hold there. And now we can push the bead on through the needle. So that's easy. Trim the threads and now make a knot at the end the ribbon to stop the bead. Now we just slide the bead to adjust able when we wear that on the ear. Now back to before, here is a better view of the same way to tie as the blue loop mask but with the ribbon. Before put on the ear loop should be loose and tighten with the beads or the knots slowly. Push back to the ear to fit. Thank you for watching.